So guys, in today's video, we are going to continue reading Atomic Habits, My Recovery. Mercifully, by the next morning, my breathing had rebounded to the point where the doctors felt comfortable releasing me from the coma. When I finally regained consciousness, I discovered that I had lost my ability to smell. As a test, nurse asked me to blow my nose and sniff an apple juice box. My sense of smell returned. But to everyone's surprise, the act of blowing my nose forced air through the fractures in my eye socket and pushed my left eye outward. My eyeball bulged out of socket, held preciously in place by my eyelid and the optic nerve attaching my eye to my brain. The ophthalmologist said my eye would gradually slide back into the place as the air seeped out, but it was hard to tell how long this would take. I was scheduled for surgery 1 week later, which would allow me some additional time to heal. I looked like I had been on the wrong end of a boxing match, but I was cleared to leave the hospital. I returned home with a broken nose, half a dozen facial fractures, and bulging left eye. The following months were hard. It felt like everything in my life was a pause. I had double vision for weeks. I literally couldn't see straight. It took more than a month, but my eyeball did eventually turn to its normal location. Between the seizures, my vision problems, it was 8 months before I could drive a car again. At physical therapy, I practiced basic motor patterns like walking in straight line. I was just determined not to let my injury get me down. But there were more than few moments when I felt depressed and overwhelmed. I became painfully aware of how far I had to go when I returned to the baseball field 1 year later. Baseball had always been a major part of my life. My dad had played minor league baseball for St. Louis Cardinals, and I had a dream of playing professionally too. After months of rehabilitation, what I wanted more than anything was to get back to the field. But my return to baseball was not smooth. When the season rolled around, I was only junior to be cut from the varsity baseball team. I was sent down to play with sophomores on junior varsity. I had been playing since age 4, and for someone who had spent so much time and effort on the sport, getting cut was humiliating. I vividly remembered that the day it happened, I sat in my car and I cried. I flipped through the radio, desperately searching for a song that would make me feel better. After a year of self doubt, I managed to make the varsity team as a senior, but I rarely made it on the field. In total, I played 11 innings of the high school varsity baseball, barely more than single game. Despite my lackluster high school career, I still believed I could become a great player. And I knew that if things were going to improve, I was one responsible for making it happen. The turning point came 2 years after my injury, when I began uh, when I began college at Denison University. It was a new beginning, and it was a place where I would discover the surprising power of small habits for the first time. How I learned about habits. New topic. Attending Denison was one of the best decisions of my life. I earned a spot on a baseball team, and although I was at the bottom of the roster as a freshman, I was thrilled. Despite the chaos of my high school years, I managed to become college athlete. I wasn't going to start on baseball team anytime soon, so I focused on getting my life in order. While my peers stayed up late and played video games, I built good sleep habits and went to bed early each night. In messy world of a college dorm, I made a point to keep my room neat and tidy. These improvements were minor, but they gave me a sense of control over my life. I started to feel confident again, and this growing belief myself relied into a classroom as I am provided my study habits and managed to earn a straight as during the first years. A habit is a routine or behavior that is performed regularly and in many cases automatically. As each semester passed, I accumulated small but consistent habits that ultimately led to results that were unimaginable to me when I started. For example, for the first time in my life, I made it a habit to lift weight multiple times per week. And in years that followed, my 6 foot 4 inch frame bulked up from a featherweight 170 to lean 200 pounds. When my sophomore season arrived, I earned a starting role on the pitching staff. By my junior year, I was voted team captain, and at the end of the season, I was selected for all conference team. But it was not until my senior seasons that my sleep habits, study habits, and strength training habits really began to pay off. 6 years after I had been hit in the face with baseball bat, flown to the hospital, and placed into the coma. I was selected as the top male athlete at Denison University and named to ESPN Academy All American Team, an honor given to just 33 people across the country. By the time I graduated, I was listed into the school record books in 8 different categories. That same year, I was awarded the university highest academic honor, the President's Medal. I hope you will forgive me if this sounds boastful. To be honest, there was nothing legendary or historic about my athletic career. I never ended up playing professionally. However, looking back on those years, I believe I accomplished something just as rare. I fulfilled my potential, and I believe the concepts in book can help you fulfill your potential as well. We all face challenges in life. This was one of mine, and and experience taught me a critical lesson. Changes that seem small and unimportant at first will compound into remarkable results if you are willing to stick with them for years. We all deal with setbacks, but in the long run, the quality of our lives often depend on the quality of our habits. With the same habits, you will end up with the same result, but with the better habits, anything is possible. Maybe there are people who can achieve incredible success overnight. I don't know any of them, and I'm certainly not one of them. There wasn't one defining moment on my journey from medically induced coma to academic All American. There were many. It was a gradual evolution, a long series of small wins and tiny breakthroughs. The only way I made progress, the only choice I had, was to start small. And I employed this same strategy a few years later when I started my own business and began working on this book. So, guys, this was the end of it. We will continue in the next part, and please show some support and subscribe to my channel and share. I will improve my reading skills soon, and I will upload video every day if I get a good response, and I will complete this book. And comment me down which book you want that I will complete next and make a video on it. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.